Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Check, check, check.
Okay, thank you. It's 7 o'clock, and I'm going to call the Zoning Annexation Committee, meeting to order. And we have here tonight, members Tom Similik and alternate Mike, Walker. Did I say your last name right this time?
Close enough, that's good.
And myself, Cheryl Ramos, as
After
chair.
I'll be here almost 4 years here pretty soon, so
Yeah.
you'll get it sooner or later.
I will get it. Nobody gets my name right either, so it's okay. We just answered anything similar, right?
That's right.
Okay, so, council has received all information, concerning these annexations, and the county has approved them. So our purpose of the meeting tonight is we have 2 resolutions to consider to finally approve, by the city. Resolution 15, 2026 is the property, there's parcel number 27-00007.000, that's owned by Scott Hale. And the other property is located in, both of these in Township, Goshen Township. And that this is a property owned by Catherine and Sky Cabbage, and that's Resolution 16, 2026. Any questions or comments from the committee?
Is there any, do you know of any, is there any objection to?
This is going through we did these previously to approve the water service, so that is okay. And then that went over to the county, and the county sent it back, and they approved everything on their end.
So now we can annex it.
Yeah, so we don't, as far as I know, no objections. So I'm gonna throw this over to the administration. Do you have any comments, concerns?
Go ahead, Ron.
Well, none for me.
Just, we'd like council to proceed with the process, so they can be annexed into the city.
Okay, any other comments, questions from the rest of council?
Cheryl, what's your resolutions? What numbers are they?
They are 15 and 16,
2026.
2026. Okay, any comments from the public? Okay, so I'm just gonna, I think we can do this together. A motion to add these to the agenda
I'll
tonight.
make a motion to add resolution 15, 2026, and 16, 2026 to tonight's agenda.
Second?
I'll second.
And a vote, Mike,
Yes.
Tom,
Yeah,
and myself, yes.
is there any, we need an emergency, is this an emergency?
Well, there's not enough to suspend rules tonight, so we'll get it on the agenda.
It's all right.
And no action tonight, but the next meeting that we have, we can suspend rules then if we have enough people here.
When we get a few more people around.
Yeah. Any other matter to come before the committee?
No, ma'am.
Motion to adjourn.
I will. You did the heavy lifting.
Okay, so adjourned.
All right, good evening, everyone. I'd like to call to order the Finance Committee. Mr. Rippus, the chair, is out this evening. Member Mr. Launders also out, so it's Cheryl and I. I'm filling in for Mr. Rippus, and Cheryl's the alternate, and it's me and her tonight. So purpose of tonight's meeting is discuss ordinance 14, 2026, which is to amend and adjust the permanent appropriations ordinance for the year 2026. And we also will need to discuss resolution number 17, 2026, which is a then and now certificate for prelim designs for the Waterworks Loop Trail from February and March. So we'll start with ordinance 14, 2026, which is the appropriations need to go in here. And if you don't mind, Ms. Otter, I would glad just to turn it over to you to go over that.
Sure. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, we just have several line items where we have received additional funding, and we need to appropriate for the expenses. And then there's just a couple of other lines in here that we need to just make some additional adjustments. And if there's anything in particular, or do you want me to go line by line?
I don't know that I don't know if that's necessary, because I mean, it's pretty much housekeeping. There's nothing out of the norm on here that you would say.
A couple of grants, donations, and then, yeah, just a little housekeeping.
Yes.
Cheryl, you have?
So, where did the things that are being moved to different line items, where did they come from?
I don't think anything's really being moved, since these are requesting additional appropriations. So I mean, if we want to go, the Health Department received a grant for the mosquito program, an EPA grant for $22,571. We received the funds from this EPA last week, I think it was, and so we need to appropriate so that we can spend that. For the CHIP program income and the CHIP grant right below that, that's a new grant starting this year for the CHIP grant. That's was for, I had only appropriated $500,000 in the permanent budget, and we're going to get a grant for the CHIP grant for $650,000. So I needed to ask for an additional $150,000 for the 25 CHIP grant. And with that CHIP grant, they're asking us to use $40,000 out of our program income expenses to offset some of their costs. And then, is there any questions about those?
Well, the CHIP grant, that money's for a couple of years, right?
Yeah, that program will probably last, it's already starting this year, and then it will go through next year. So, yeah, that usually goes for 2 years.
2 years. And the unclaimed funds,
Those are because we just reconciled our unclaimed funds. We've been talking about that for the last couple of months, and we
Right.
only have $20,000 appropriated at this time, and we need to move $22,930. We need to transfer that to the general fund because those are the unclaimed funds that have expired and can no longer be claimed. So that's what we can transfer to the general, we can transfer $22,930 to the general fund. And right now, we only have $20,000 appropriated. So while we're at it, I'm just asking for another $27,000 to put in that claimed funds in case someone does ask to, you know, claim their.
get it back?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. And so that, I just did the 27,000 so that we don't have to come back at, I'm sure we're not going to need that, but we have the revenue, so I thought we'd just go ahead and appropriate for it.
And the opioid settlement, that's not a grant, but that's money we got.
Yeah, that's the settlement from the opioid, for the opioid settlement, and we will receive another $12,500 around that this year. So we want to appropriate that. In the travel and training, there's a couple of training classes that our school resource officers do. And so I thought we could just specifically use this for those types of trainings. We already have some money appropriated for their wages and benefits, but we didn't have anything in operating. So we're going to put that 12,500 that we're going to receive probably within the next month or so. We'll put that into the travel and training so that they can start using that.
And then, the airport capital improvements and federal grants, that's money that we got in.
Those are grants that we will receive. The ones that are in airport capital improvements, we should receive both of them before we have to expend it.
Okay.
So hopefully those will be advanced, especially the airport federal grants, those should be advanced before we actually have to expend those. But those are two new, and those aren't, I don't know, Mr. McAbee, are those actually grants or are those the funds?
Reimbursement?
They'd be
The
great. You're
they-
right, that's great.
They're
It is
grants. I'm pretty
Yep.
sure.
grants, okay. Because I know mentioned that they had some funds that they've been saving up, and that's what, from the FAA.
Yep.
So, yeah, the task order, the TO number 7, task order number 7, taxi lane construction, that's that taxi lane construction that we're talking about. And then the T-hanger construction, those are the ones where, and the task order 7, there is no local share. And we just have the ODOT share in the Airport Capital Improvement Fund, and we have the FAA share in the Airport Federal Grants Fund. And then the task order number 8 is the T-hanger construction, and that's where the local will be that SIB loan. But those projects are going to be starting in the next couple of months, I believe, so we need to get those appropriated and purchase orders created so that we have those before.
I think we're still waiting for them to
Invoices.
sign off on the taxiway so we can disperse that money, correct?
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah, we want to get these,
And they want to do some things where, the lead time on the hangar is so far out. Did they mention that at the last meeting?
Yeah.
So they'd like to get some stuff that, so they can start, straight lines can start bringing it in or ordering it, yeah.
Thank you.
I think you ended up hitting on all of them, so that was good. So,
We got time.
any other conversation from, anybody questions from administration or council? Anybody from the public on that one? Hearing none there, do I have a motion for this one only at the time? Ordinance number 14, 2026.
I move that we put ordinance number 14, 2026 on tonight's agenda.
And I will second it. So take a vote.
Yes.
And I'll vote yes as well, so we will get that added to tonight's agenda. We move on to resolution number 17, 2026. This is, then and now, we did several of them, I think, 2 meetings ago. But this is another then and now certificate, and this one has to do with prelim design for the Waterworks Loop Trail, and it looks like it was from February, March, so maybe before we corrected some of the then and now stuff that we had going on. But if you want to explain that one a little bit, Heather.
sure, yeah, this was just a project that I believe there was just some confusion on whether it was happening or not. And they didn't have their purchase order in prior to receiving those first 2 invoices. So they've since put their purchase order in. The full project is $40,100 for the design phase. And 20,000 of that, I believe, will be a grant after we spend the 40,100. But that's the reason that she just wasn't aware that the project was starting up before she got the invoices.
Has that been going better? Because I mean, like the explanation, unaware project, so we got that. Is it now been going better? Like, I mean, everything's going smoothly?
I haven't had any communication, so I don't know.
Okay, all right. Just so we can, I know we're trying to avoid doing these in the future, just want to see if it was going better. Mayor, Service Director, you feel like this is going better now that it's getting, is it getting easier to understand with the then and now?
Yeah, and I think,
Better with communication?
actually, what you see here, that'll be the end of it. There won't be another 20,000 to it. You got 20,000 coming to High Canal, is what you have there, will be their match. part on it, but it don't be another 20,000 as far as, because of, which we've always done is just, okay, let's see what we can do a trail-wise. You gotta get a preliminary number to send them for a grant, for a whole grant. Land Water Services Fund didn't fund any of it, so, but you gotta have a prelim number to send them. And, just what I've always done before, and it just, that's why I don't call this a project, but I guess it's a project, because it's really not, at the end of the day, a project. It's just something to go out there and say, hey, I wanna go for a grant, here's money, Highway Canal pitches in 20 grand for preliminary stuff. So this 16 will be it, we're not spending another dime on it because the number's too high after that to do the project. So this will not be a project after that.
Mrs. Ramos, you got any other questions on this one?
So we have the design, but we're not gonna do the project.
Correct.
So can you keep that, the money that we spent for this design, or that design, like in storage or on hold until we might do that project?
You mean,
Or
what
do
do
you
you mean
have
by
to
keep it?
do
Don't
the
pay
whole
them?
thing?
I guess, would you
That,
say
they
that
give
again?
you, we paid for a design, they give you a design.
Right, we got
Oh,
the,
Can we keep that for
Yes.
if we ever
Yes.
do the project?
yeah, I always have that in a file then.
Okay.
Yeah, for
And we
what
won't-
what we've paid for, we receive.
And we won't have to do it again?
Correct.
Okay.
Because the
Yeah.
goal in the future would still be to do this project at some point.
Yeah,
The funds,
if
yeah.
finances come, a little better, but when we saw the price, and then Land Water Services Fund, we didn't get the grant. So it's, it's just one of those ones you gotta go out and do that stuff with, and hoping that you do, and if we would have, it'd be a project that we'd go forward with,
Makes sense.
yeah.
Can you apply for that grant again?
Yeah, we will, but then, like I say, what we have, we can add inflation rate.
Right.
Which we don't have to go back to them. The usual inflation rate they've been using is about 8%. So we'll just go an 8% on top of all that stuff, on every line item they have in there, for all the items, do an 8%, and then just refile it, yes.
So it'll be easy.
Yeah, yeah. So
Reapply,
we will continue to try to get it funded, yes, yes.
Any other questions from administration, council, comments?
I just
And
want
public?
to clear, when we said project, that's, John Lee and I called it a project because it was actually a design project for $40,100. So that's where, it's not the project to go and do the construction. The project was to design it. And that's why she said, I'm unaware of the project. It's the design project. And it is $40,100, and we do have to pay that and then get $20,000 reimbursed.
Correct.
So we already have, this is the first and second invoice, and she already has invoice number 3 entered and in the workflow to pay. So there will be, the total cost to the city will be $20,100.
Correct.
Yeah, so it wasn't, the 16,000 wasn't it, it will be the whole 40,100, and we will receive 20,000 back.
There'll be another one coming for 3,000 and something?
Well, there's going to be the whole 40,100 coming,
For-
and we'll pay that.
She's asking, was there another then and now, or are you saying
Oh,
the
there's
third one
not
got
another
entered
then and now,
correctly?
because she did
Yes.
get the purchase order in before invoice number 3 came.
Okay.
So it's just sitting in our workflow, waiting for invoice 1, 2 to be paid, and then we'll pay all 3 of them at the same time.
All right.
Okay,
Any
thank
action
you.
to take on resolution 17, 2026?
I move that we, put, resolution number 17, 2026 on tonight's agenda.
I will second it. Take a vote.
Yes.
And I will vote yes as well, so we'll work to get that on the agenda. And I do believe time is of the essence for these, but unfortunately, it does not appear we'll have 6 members of council, so maybe next meeting, hopefully, potentially, we can suspend the rules and get these done. But we'll get them on for first reading. Is there anything else that come before the committee this evening? If not, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you.
We'll call it 7:25.
Right.
All right.
David Darrell,
I'll let you do it.
All right, I'll call the council meeting to order. Will you please stand and remain standing for the invocation, pledge of allegiance? Mr. Walker.
Bow our heads, please. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for the rain that's much needed. We just thank you for all the city employees, those out there protecting us and keeping our city beautiful. Be with this council this evening as we make decisions through you, for you, and for this city. We pray all this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you and welcome, everybody. We'll start with roll call.
Mr. Kreinbell.
Here.
Mr. Lanzer. Mrs. Ramos.
Here.
Mr. Rippeth. Mr. Sears.
Here.
Mr. Simile.
Here.
Mr. Walker.
Here.
All right, I've been known to Mr. Lanzer and Mr. Rippeth and Mrs. Campbell are excused tonight. Everyone had a chance to look at the agenda. Do we have any additions to the agenda tonight? Mr. Granville.
It's all right if I just want to combine the two, but I'd like to add ordinance number 14, 2026, and resolution number 17, 2026 to tonight's agenda.
Do I have a second?
I'll say.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ramos. Discussion by administration. Council, roll call.
Mr. Kreinbell.
Yes.
Mrs. Ramos.
Yes.
Mr. Sears.
Yes.
Mr. Simile.
Yes.
Mr. Walker.
Yes.
Are there any other additions to the agenda? Mr. Ramos.
Yes, I would like to, add resolutions 15 and 16, 2026 to tonight's agenda.
Do I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Walker. In discussion by administration, council, roll call.
Mrs. Ramos.
Yes.
Mr. Walker.
Yes.
Mr. Kreinbell.
Yes.
Mr. Sears.
Yes.
Mr. Simile.
Yes.
Are there any other additions? Hearing none, entertain a motion to approve the agenda for tonight. Mr.
So
Ramos.
moved.
Mr. Cranville, thank you for the second. In discussion by administration, council, roll call.
Mrs. Ramos.
Yes.
Mr. Kreinbell.
Yes.
Mr. Sears.
Yes.
Mr. Simile.
Yes.
Mr. Walker.
Yes.
All right, our agenda has been approved. Minutes, everybody's had a chance to review the minutes from our last council meeting. Are there any additions or corrections? Hearing none, entertain a motion to approve. Thank you, Mr. Walker, need a second. Mr. Sears, thank you. In discussion by administration, council, roll call.
Mr. Walker.
Yes.
Mr. Sears.
Yes.
Mr. Kreinbell.
Yes.
Mrs. Ramos.
Yes.
Mr. Simile.
I'll abstain.
All right, minutes have been approved. Correspondence, Ms. Courtright.
To President Kemp from Councilman Lanzer dated June 18th, 2026. Actually, this is to Councilman Lanzer from President Kemp. This is an email titled "Outside Water Application Assigned to Committee." President Kemp asked Mr. Lanzer to take this issue into his committee. To President Kemp from Law Director Fate dated June 18th, 2026. This is an email titled "Please Assign to Mr. Ribbeth's Committee" with proposed Resolution 17 and proposed Ordinance 14 as the attachments. President Kemp assigned the legislation to Mr. Kreinbell's committee for review, noting that Mr. Rippeth and Mr. Lanzer will both be out of town, and Mr. Kreinbell will have to chair the committee. And to council and administration from Mayor Day dated June 22nd, 2026, the mayor's report. And that concludes correspondence for this
All right.
evening.
Thank you, Ms. Courtright. Administrative reports, first up, Mayor Day.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'll go to the podium because we have a special presentation tonight. First off, I just want to give council some reminders. New Philadelphia and the First Town Days Festival Committee will celebrate on America's 250th anniversary with an extended fireworks show. And this year it's going to be on Thursday, July 2nd at Tuscarora Park. Pyrotechnician to shoot off the display was unavailable on the 4th, so the show had to be moved to Thursday, July 2nd. That's the opening day of the festival. Thanks to the sponsorship of Kennedy Insurance, Peterman Plumbing and Heating, Allied Machine and Engineering, Mears Parkway Auto Group, and Rich Industries Incorporated, the fireworks show will be longer than usual, probably 20 to 25 minutes longer than usual. Just want to say that we're grateful for all the sponsors' support and their willingness to give the community a show to remember on America's 250th birthday. Pat Ferris, by the way, will be leading Friday's Grand Parade as the parade marshal. Ferris Chevrolet has been a sponsor of the First Town Days Festival since its inception 49 years ago. That's pretty amazing. It's been going on that long in our community. A couple of other reminders, Broadway Brew House on South Broadway is now open. They're back in business, but there's still some wrap-up work that needs to be done on the roof that was damaged this past March in the windstorm. At its recent monthly meeting, the City Planning Commission began the necessary steps to auction city-owned land on Commercial Avenue Southwest and Southeast. The members decided to start with the parcel that was once a location of Lockport Village Hall on Commercial Avenue Southeast. These plans, the plans is to extend the property lines to the north, so the entrance to and exit from the property is from Clay Avenue Southeast. The commission will continue its work during its monthly meeting in July, on July 14th. Okay, that brings us to a presentation. As we all can see, we're in the presence of champions. At tonight's meeting, the assistant coaches and members of the State Division II Championship Boys Track Team are here. And from what I've learned, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, the team captured New Philadelphia's very first state title in boys track. Is that true? Wow. Yeah. So we're grateful that you accept our invitation to join us tonight and attend the council meeting so I can present you with a mayoral proclamation to honor your achievement and thank you for the excitement and the inspiration that you've given to this city. So I'll read the proclamation now. We want to have team members come up. Any of the assistant coaches? This is a photo op opportunity too.
Is this a senior one
Okay. It's a proclamation from the office of the mayor, whereas the New Philadelphia High School boys track team and field and track and field team has demonstrated exceptional dedication, rigorous training, and outstanding athletic talent throughout the 2025-2026 season. And whereas the team distinguished themselves among the finest student athletes in Ohio by competing at the OHSAA Track and Field State Championships, capturing the Division II state title as a team and taking 2 individual state titles. And whereas Marcus Adelman secured the 3,200-meter state title, and Wyatt Brendan claimed the top spot in the 1,600-meter run. 6 additional athletes earned All-Ohio status and took a spot on the podium, including Alec Outman, Jackson Rice, Mitchell Miller, Cade Jones, Kyle Bieber, and Kevin Smith. And whereas this stellar achievement reflects countless hours of practice, unwavering perseverance, and a deep commitment to excellence both on the track and in the classroom. And whereas the team's success is also a testament to the guidance and leadership of their coaching staff and the unwavering support of their families, teachers, and teammates. And whereas this remarkable accomplishment brings tremendous pride, honor, and recognition to New Philadelphia High School and the entire city of New Philadelphia. Now therefore, I, Joel Beam Day, the mayor of the city of New Philadelphia, do hereby congratulate the New Philadelphia High School boys track and field team on their outstanding performance as the 2026 OHSAA Division II state champions, and urge all city of New Philadelphia residents to join me in commending them for representing our city with excellence both on and off the track.
Hey, Kip, introduce you guys
Move
here.
over a little bit so we can get this podium out of the way.
I'm gonna make sure I get the trophy in there. Thank you.
Kip, can you say who's here?
Yeah, so with Eric Harris, Mitchell Miller, Wyatt Lendon, and Kyle Bieber, which is, what, about half of, almost half of our,
Yeah.
a third, you're right, yeah.
Awesome.
So,
Thank you.
You still
guys.
pinching yourself? This is
Eric
finally
Harris,
saying.
Wyatt Lendon,
You're a champion.
That's right.
That's awesome.
You guys are
and it's
champions.
Elliot.
Any comments from council or fellow administrators?
Yes, sir. Speak.
This is the third celebration I've been to for you guys. As far as I'm concerned, you deserve at least 10 more. And I'll be at every one of them. I was there to welcome you in, and I can't wait till you guys, I hope you're all available and able to come back from college. When they raise the banner at the, if what the coach said is correct, that they're gonna raise the banner during the halftime of the Dover Philly game, in the gym for basketball season. And I'll be there when you guys get your rings. If you grew up in New Philadelphia and you're a lifelong Quaker like I am, I'm second generation Quaker, my sons are third generation Quaker. We don't get to see this very often here. I remember being a little boy and staring into that trophy case in the gym and seeing that 1940 trophy for the state basketball team. And when I was in school, that was 50 years before my time. Now it's 86 years. And, but I'll tell you one thing, this is the first championship I've got. I didn't think I'd see something like this in my lifetime, but with the example that you guys have set, with the type of coaches that you have and the way this program is shaped up, I would not be surprised if I see another one in my lifetime. And I just want to congratulate all of you. You're all gentlemen, scholars. You have outstanding teachers and coaches. And what this means to people who grew up here is you can't quite imagine. It's a huge source of pride for all of us. So thank you for what you've done.
Okay. Anyone else? All right. Thank you. You're welcome to stay.
Thanks, guys.
Don't run out of here.
Yeah.
And we don't blame you, just so you know. You don't get much more exciting.
I'm missing one, so I have Eric Harris, Wyatt
Congrats
Lendon,
for coming. Congrats
Thanks,
again.
everybody.
Kyle Bieber, and who am I missing?
I can get, you want me to get?
I wanted to put it on Facebook.
Oh, Mr. President, that concludes my report.
Yeah, I'm just gonna,
Any other comments from the mayor?
I'm just gonna pass on mine after that.
All right, Director, Mr. McAfee.
Stop that, Mr. Mack.
Yeah, no kidding. Thank you, Mr. President. The rapid flashing beacons, had said at the last meeting that all the parts did come in. And last Wednesday, they come in and poured the bases, the support bases for both of them. The ones at, the two at North Broadway in Tuscarora and the ones at Tuscarora at Second. Need 7-day cure time. He thought maybe he'd come in yet Thursday, Friday, depending on weather. So you might see them get erected, and remember, they're just solar. They gotta do some striping after that to get that ready. But again, that's roughly 3.5 weeks ahead of schedule that they was. They was looking at middle to the end of July, so they may be put up before the first town days, we're hoping. Also, the CDBG project, which I mentioned last time, we will be going through a border control, I believe it's Wednesday, and award that for the project down on Miller Avenue, from Tufts down to 10th Drive. So that'll be awarded Wednesday. And I know that we've been talking about that downtown pavilion, but it's finally started to get, it's up now, and there's some bunch of ornate ironwork that still goes on the outside, and different things they're gonna do there. And there's a lettering that goes on the top, so I look for it to come together in the next couple of weeks before our next meeting. Kind of excited for that. We did talk to Ironton today, which is the group that we ended up going through to get the grant. They're the ones that wrote it for us because of the waterways and that type thing. And right now, tentatively, we're looking at September 15th to the 23rd to try to give, Governor DeWine, Lydia Mahal, Director Carey, all those guys a window. Still be open for business every day once we can open it. I mean, if we can open it tomorrow, we'll open it tomorrow. But a grand opening, ribbon cutting, they're trying to get everybody, okay, they're here at 8 o'clock. Governor DeWine goes here, 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 here. So right now, tentatively set for September 15th to the 23rd. We're gonna see how everybody's schedule works out within that time. And then last meeting, I had reported that there was 18 counties in the state of Ohio that did not receive salt bids. Those were closed out. They rebid it again. Those were closed out Thursday. I believe that was the 18th. So still holding out hope. Have not heard anything yet. If they did rebid it, just alone here at District 11, 8 or 9 of us, there was Tusk, Holmes, Harrison, Coshocton. There was quite a bit. There was 8 just in our district alone of the 18. So I'm not sure why that was. I've never seen it like that. But again, we're hoping to get that rebid, and hopefully we get some bids. Have not heard yet. I did email Mr. Armstrong back to see what prices they was getting, just to kind of know, well, if it's going to be high or not, but I've not heard anything back yet. So holding out hope that it's not too high or anything like that. So we're all in need of salt. So again, that's Dover, that's Mr. Bachman, the engineer's office, us, anybody, it's not bid, or it's not been picked up yet. So we're still working on that. And also, I reported before, we're using that new product down on Mill Avenue in South Broadway, so far with good results. We have a lane that we have to do that would be a little too unsafe to do during the daytime hours and everything like that. So they're gonna come in tomorrow night at 11 and work till 7:30. So it's a midnight shift, everything lit up. So they'll finish the lane that they need to do up through South Broadway tomorrow night. So if anybody sees anybody working, that's what they're doing. And then also, Mr. President, if you would assign possible SIB loan legislation to Mr. Lonzer's committee for next meeting, I would appreciate it.
I would,
Thank you. Any questions?
any questions?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Ron, could you explain to us why we didn't get a bid for salt? Do we know? Okay.
No, that's $1 million question. Yeah, and like I say, 18 counties. I've never seen it. I don't know if they didn't want to come this far, because it's, in District 11 alone, there's 8 of us, almost half of the ones they didn't do. But if you look at it, I might have brought that. Let me see here. I thought maybe I did. Maybe I didn't.
But there's counties south of us, in other districts south.
Well, some of them could get them from the river.
Oh,
So, some of them come in through the barges on the river, depending on where they're coming from.
okay.
But I thought I had it, but I don't. But, yeah, I don't know. Like I say, it's the first time I've ever seen it. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, because you can pick up this whole area with just 8 counties and pick up thousands and thousands of tons. We're in line to pick up 1,200 tons ourselves. And with the winter we had, I'm sure Dover's in the same boat. I'm sure that Engineer Bachman's in the same boat, and everybody else in between with all those, even your small villages all through. You guys remember all the small villages and all that. It just ain't the big cities getting these thousands of tons, but every small village is just, if they pick up 100 or 200, it adds up. But like I say, I'm hoping that they did get something on the 18th. If not, we'd have to go out to either Cargill, Morton, and, who knows what you're gonna pay. Who knows? You could try to say, hey, you came right here and you charged them $85. But at the end of the day, when you have no bid, you could be paying whatever they demand. So, you
Did
know.
we have any left from last year?
Oh, yeah, sure. Sure.
Do you know how many tons we had left
No.
from last year? Okay.
Nope. Yeah, it's just, I really hope that we, received a bunch, or someone rebid it or they rebid it, and I'm hoping someone picked it up on the 18th. So we're just crossing my fingers and hope that they did. Because I don't want to be in that, bind at all. Because naturally, if it goes up so much, that cuts your product down. You know, if you're used to paying $80, they go 120, you just cut into, you know, a ton, half ton every time you get two, so, yeah.
Thank you.
Joe, you're welcome.
Any other questions? Thank you, Mr. McAbey.
Thank you.
Safety Director, Mr. Milligan.
Thank you, Mr. President, Councilman, administration colleagues. I'll start with the fire department. I'm gonna talk January through April numbers. So those are the figures I'm giving you this evening. I'll start with the fire department. Through April, 1,091 calls compared to 1,220 last year. So we see a decrease of about 10%. One of the things along that I've been tracking with, the decrease in manpower at the fire department, the 3 open positions that were cut, the 2 we have in the budget, is trying to engage what the impact is to services. So ultimately, we've been tracking call volumes, working with the 911 center and dispatch, and so we're down 129 calls in that time frame. When we took a look at the number of calls ran in the city by other organizations, which I mean Dover Fire, Smith Ambulance, Uricksville, and Denison, 71 calls have been run in the city covered by them. Out of those 71, I can correlate about 50 to staffing issues. The other 19 wouldn't have mattered because of the timing and volume of calls we were on. The manpower wouldn't have mattered. We still would have required mutual aid. So that is something I'm tracking from a service impact perspective, along with the overtime. Comparing it to first quarter or January through April of 25, we've seen an increase of about 853 hours. That's a little higher than I projected. I thought we'd be somewhere around the 600. A little concerning from the perspective, January through April is usually not a strong vacation month. These next 3 months is typically where overtime, because of vacations and leaves, are going to impact us with the 2 open positions not being filled. So I'm bracing for probably some higher numbers June, July, and August from that perspective. So those are things that I'm tracking. We have completed a civil service examination, and I believe 10 people take the test. We are interviewing 5. So we are moving forward with being prepared to have 2 candidates to fill those positions. I know during the budget process, we were asked to hold off until July to do some assessment on the financials, working with the auditor on an assessment of the budget as it relates to the fire department and police department as a performance. I was going to get it tonight, but I'm going to hold off till the auditor and I can confer on some things tomorrow. So that's a little bit about the fire department as it relates to volume and our costs potentially relating to overtime. The other thing is I continue to negotiate with Goshen Township as that contract goes. While we remain pretty far apart on the proposed agreements, I am encouraged. We have continued to have great dialogue with the trustees. There is a commitment to continue our dialogue and conversation, so I'm encouraged by that. But, we are pretty far apart, just to be candid. I think I submitted a response to their proposal actually today. So we'll wait to get their response back, and as we get, probably once I get a response back for them, begin to share maybe a little more details with council about where we're at and what we're looking at. But great conversations with the trustees. They've been good partners. We recognize that we're both in difficult situations of trying to close a fiscal gap and be responsible, and also maintain and provide a high level of service for the citizens in Goshen Township and New Philly. So those talks continue. And I look forward to having you an update, I would say, by the end of July with some more details. As it relates to the police department, similar trend. We're seeing a decrease of about 9% in the call volume. We are at 4737 through April compared to 5220, so we're down about 483 calls. No specific rhyme or reason that I can point to at this point for that. One concern I do have, we're 11% up in overtime. As I look at the overtime budget in the police department over the past 3 years, we're on the same, our run rate keeps getting higher and higher. I do have concerns, additional staffing concerns. We do have an open position there that we've committed in the budget to fill. We cut one position. At the request of working with the treasurer and the auditor, they give me some cities to do some comparative analysis of comparing our police department and fire departments to other cities like our size across the state. I've completed that. I've shared that with some of you. I look forward to sharing to the rest of the council. I appreciate the auditor and the treasurer pointing out a couple cities to use. We threw a couple more in there. They asked me to look at 2. I went and found an additional 3 that looks at population, call volume, size of the department, manpower, operating budget, what their operating budget is, to compare, because I know that's always a question that I get asked about, our operating budget of a fire department, police department compared to cities like our size. So it was very revealing to me. I'll tell you probably the biggest thing, I wasn't surprised about the fire department where we're at. We're medium to below when it comes to staffing and call volume, but I was really surprised about the police department. When you look at the call volume that they run with the manpower we do. I knew we were short 3 or 4, but it was eye-opening to me. And as I round and talk to the policemen and the officers over there, you can see it on their face, you can hear it in their voice, that the stress and pressure of being short-staffed with the increasing call volumes over the years is starting to wear. So I look forward to sharing that with you as we move forward over here the next couple council meetings. We did give a civil service exam to attempt to fill that one position. Fortunately, we only had 2 candidates take the test, and neither candidate will be selected for that position. So we are going to regroup and regather and take another closer look at our recruitment strategy and see what we can do to fill at least that one position. And then ultimately come up with a staffing plan and funding plan moving forward to support the police department. I do want to give a shout out. A couple weeks ago, you may have seen some partnership from departments here in town. The New Philadelphia Dover SWAT team were activated to apprehend a suspect wanted for attempted murder, 2 counts of attempted murder. We worked through a partnership with the Ohio State Highway Patrol, the Tuscarawas County Sheriff's Office, the Coshocton County Sheriff's Office, and our SWAT team coordinated on what was a very difficult situation of a barricade subject in a bad location. And we really appreciate the partnership of those organizations and having their resources available to us to not only, number one, most importantly, keep our officers safe, but to protect the citizens and the residents around that location. And I know there's always a lot of conversation about whether we need armor or don't need armor. If you've seen us, we had 2 of them there because being able to position those vehicles in between other buildings and residents, especially when you're dealing with trailers that are paper thin with people that potentially have automatic weapons in the trailer, is a very difficult situation. So thanks to those agencies for, on a minute's notice, partnering, pulling off a flawless execution. Ultimately, he was apprehended later that day, not in the first incident, but we apprehended him in the second incident without, and thanks to our K-9 unit to be specific. So without incident, we were able to take him in. So I'm appreciative of the work that our team continues to do. Just highlights the importance of making sure we have the right training tools for our men and women to do their job appropriately. It's just a challenging environment that we continue to face in the United States and here locally in New Philadelphia as more and more of these incidents occur. It's just appreciative of your continued support to make sure we have the training and tools they need to do their job, protect our citizens and protect themselves. So with that, I will close and take any questions.
Any questions? All right, thank you, Mr. Milligan. Auditor, Mrs. Denham.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to give an update on our audit. It is due at the beginning of next week, so we're really making that big push to get everything finalized and turned over to the audit team so they have time to get their reports compiled and turn them in to the Auditor of State office by the beginning of next week. So there are a couple of outstanding reports that they're still waiting on, and it's very important that we get that turned over to them tomorrow, hopefully at the latest. And as we're going through this audit, our office is working with other departments, just trying to make things more streamlined and easier to report for next year's audits. Because it still is very time consuming, and we just need to find that right. We just need to work together as a team on so many different things and so many different levels to make the audits go quicker and smoother and to not have so many audit findings. On the 2024 audit, we did just have the two major findings, and they were both pretty much regarding projects and how we track those projects. So we did just get an answer from, one of those projects was for the FAA, the airport projects. And, you know, you can see we've got the then and nows in our, on the agenda tonight, but we have been creating a plan and working with the airport engineer and going back and forth with the FAA. We got a plan together and we submitted that to the FAA, and they did come back with a decision that that is satisfactory to complete the corrective action plan for that finding in our audit. The other finding was another project. So this kind of go hand in hand. We just need to make sure that we are working together to get everything reported correctly. And at the same time with this audit, we're also going through an audit with the Ohio Department of Development on our 2023 CDBG College Avenue Northwest and 11th Street Sidewalk Program. And also on our 2023 CHIP program. And since many of those transactions were from prior to me becoming an auditor, it's just been time consuming to get all the data to them. And again, it's one of those areas where I feel like this is a project that we need to work together and have a good solid plan on how to track all of these. But yeah, with these audits right now, that's taken up a lot of time this last week, and we've got to get these done this week. So other than that, that's where my main focus is, and that's all I have to report on for tonight.
Any questions? Documents then. Hall Director, Mr. Fate.
Thank you, Mr. President. Seeing as how I already gave a speech, I will,
Good.
I have a report this evening.
Thank you, Martha.
All right. Our Board of Commission reports, Planning Commission, Mayor Day.
As I stated in my mayor's report, Mr. President, the planning commission will be meeting on July 14th to continue its work on preparing to auction city-owned property on Commercial Avenue.
All right. Thank you. Board of Zoning Appeals, Mr. McAbeer.
Thank you, Mr. President. If I could touch on, I did bring that paper, and so I want to give everybody a update on, just on District 11. We have Belmont, Carroll, Columbiana, Harrison, Holmes, Jefferson, and Tusk that was not, did not receive bids. Throughout the whole state, District 2, Seneca, District 3, Ashland and Richland, District 5, Coshocton, Guernsey, Knox, and Muskingum, District 6, Morrow, District 7, Shelby, District 10, Monroe, and Noble. That's the list of the 18 that's in the same boat that we are. So I thought I did, but I misplaced it, was back here, so I just want to make everybody aware of those counties that are sharing the same problems that we are at this time.
Am I correct? Those are southern counties too that are sharing that problem, right?
Well, I mean, Ashland,
A little bit north of us.
yeah. So,
And there's some western counties
yeah,
too.
yeah, it's just, yeah, there's no real rhyme or reason, because like I say, I know that they, but then Belmont got it, so, I mean,
Yeah.
because a lot of that comes off of in Marietta, comes off the bars and
Off the
stuff.
river, yeah.
it comes off the river, so, I don't know. Like I say, first time, and I don't have an answer. So, and I don't, everybody I've talked to, I was talking to Doug Bachman at 77 Interchange meeting. He's like, but his dad was part of it. He says, I talked to my dad, I never heard anything like that. So we're all just sitting there scratching our head over it. Because it doesn't make sense. You've got product and you got people that want to buy it. So all you gotta do is give a price and they're gonna buy your product, which is strange, but, so hopefully, like I say, hopefully in the next meeting, I got better news, and we had someone pick up the District 11 here for us. So I'll let everybody know.
If we talk to our state rep, Judy Salvo, I mean, So some of
And
these,
I would wait and, you know, talk to a couple folks, and if we don't get a, you know, if it's not rebid, and if it is rebid, if it's, you know, 50% higher than what they bid other counties or something,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
got something fishy somewhere,
Right, yeah, it is strange, again, like I say, never seen it in 34 years.
yeah.
So, and then back to the Board of Zoning Appeals, July 14th, 5 PM here in council chambers.
All right. Airport Commission, I know Dan is gone. Tom, do you have
Yeah, they reviewed the progress on the hangar project and very appreciative of moving forward.
Okay. Park Board, Mr. Sears.
Thank you, Mr. President. No report. The next meeting will be held on July 15th at 12 noon at the Park Pavilion.
All right. Health Board, Mr. Simmerling.
Yeah, the Health Board, if you're all paying attention to social media, you're seeing that they're very busy with a lot of different stuff right now. Their next meeting is July 8th, but we have Nicole tonight, and she actually has a few good things to share. Nicole?
I can update you on our mosquito program, like it was shared tonight. Thank you for moving forward legislation for that grant money. We have traps out currently that we're trapping mosquitoes all around the city and in Goshen Township, because we do have a MOU with Goshen Township for their mosquito spraying. We are offering larvicide tablets at our office, so anybody in the city can come and pick those up and help take care of their own property. And we are planning to spray around Tuscarora Park in the south side, right up before First Town Days. That way the park is nice and clear and ready to go for First Town Days, and the fireworks. I let Auditor Denham and the mayor know today that I did receive an additional $90,000 in funding, on one of our grants. They extended that and added more. So I'm working on updating my budget and stuff for next year. I'm working on a presentation. I started with the board at last board meeting, gave them a pretty in-depth presentation on where I see the health department going in the next few years. But I need their backing on the changes I want to make. So they're mulling a few things over. We should have that ready to go and ready to present to you all here in August. But I'm really wanting to streamline the department, and be able to meet the needs of the residents as well as the needs of the city. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you.
I just want to make one, I noticed that I attend the health board meetings, and I hear the reports from the various people. And they've got a guy who goes out and he inspects the restaurants all over town, you know. And he more than, you know, I envisioned this guy would go in and say, well, you got this wrong and I'm shutting you down or whatever. This guy really cares about the local restaurants. I noticed at the last meeting, there's one that they don't speak English very well in this restaurant. And he takes the time to explain to them that you gotta store your food. And it's not horrible stuff, but it's stuff that's illegal. He spends the time, and then he goes back and he checks with them again, and then he checks with them again. I don't know how many times, that one restaurant, I don't know how many times they've been.
I mean, we're not in the business of wanting to close any business down or restaurant down, but we want
Right.
them to be safe. So education is key, and it takes a lot of time sometimes to go back and educate and make sure that they're doing things appropriately in the right way. But it's not good for the city at all if we go in and we start closing businesses down. That's lost revenue, that's unemployment, that's all kinds of things going on. So it's in the city's best interest that we go in and we educate and just make sure things are going well.
Well, and this guy, yeah, I think every month he comes, he's got a little story about somebody and then who they helped out. And you haven't noticed him closing anybody. And they are saying, well, how come we don't have Dunkin' Donuts open yet? And he goes, I'm working with it, we're gonna get it done, you know? So, I give him a little stroke for that.
All right, thank you, Nicole.
I got a question for Nicole. So my wife had showed me a story that people were vandalizing the mosquito traps. Is that ours? Or is that?
I have not heard from them that it was ours.
Okay.
We usually, when we put ours out, it does have signs and it says it's a mosquito trap, it's New Philadelphia Health Department property, don't touch. We are planning on, I know that the county did have pictures of theirs and was putting it on social media. We are planning on having pictures so people know what it looks like and that we don't know.
Yeah,
We have not had
Okay.
anybody damage ours yet,
okay.
and we've never had that problem in the past. But
Yeah,
I think that a lot of that was happening in the southern part of the county, because I know the county health department had problems in the past.
okay,
I don't think we ever have around in Philadelphia.
okay.
I think it's also to their credit too, that they're, I'm stroking the local control story for a second, but they're gonna, treat mosquitoes around Tuscarora Park and the place of the fireworks and that kind of stuff this next week, because that's good for the city. And I don't know that you're gonna get anybody else to do that kind of work. Thank you.
Right. Move on to council committee reports. Finance, Mr. Granville.
All right. For those tuning in late, I was subbing in for Mr. Rippis, but tonight the Finance Committee met at 7:10 in council chambers. Purpose of the meeting was to discuss ordinance number 14-2026, which was to amend and adjust the permanent appropriations ordinance for the year 2026, and also to discuss resolution number 17-2026, which was the discussion of the then and now certificate for the Water Works Loop Trail prelim designs. After discussion, the committee voted to place both on tonight's agenda for first reading, and meeting ended at 7:25.
All right, thank you, Mr. Granville. Safety, Health, and Service, Mr. Sinelink.
No report, sir.
Zone Annexation, Ms. Ramos.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. The committee met tonight at 7 o'clock to discuss, resolutions 15 and 16 of 2026. And these are annexations of property owned by Cabbage and Hale. And the county has approved them. They're back to us for approval, so those were put on the agenda tonight as well.
All right, thank you. Cemetery, Mr. Sears.
Thank you, Mr. President. The cemetery board did not meet in June. Currently waiting to see if they will meet in July. But other than that, no report.
All right. Contact and Special, Mr. Walker.
Thank you, Mr. President. No report this evening.
All right. Visitors' comments. Do we have visitors with comments tonight? Council comments. Not good. Legislative agenda. Ms. Courtwright.
Ordinance number 14-2026, an ordinance by the council of the city of New Philadelphia, Ohio, amending and adjusting the permanent appropriations ordinance for the year 2026 and declaring an emergency. First reading.
So you have to take it by council on this ordinance tonight. I hear none. Be held for next for each council meeting.
Resolution number 15-2026, a resolution by the council of the city of New Philadelphia, Ohio, authorizing the annexation of real property located in Goshen Township, parcel number 25-00007.000, owned by Scott Hale, and declaring an emergency. First reading.
The executed by council on this resolution. Hearing none, it'll be held for next regularly scheduled council meeting.
Resolution number 16-2026, a resolution by the council of the city of New Philadelphia, Ohio, authorizing the annexation of real property located in Goshen Township, parcel numbers 25-00295.000, 25-00295.001, and 25-00295.002, owned by Catherine and Sky Cabbage, and declaring an emergency. First reading.
Is there any action taken by council? All right, hearing none, be held for next regularly scheduled council meeting.
Resolution number 17, 2026, a resolution by the Council of the City of New Philadelphia, Ohio, approving a then and now certificate for the payment of an expenditure pursuant to the Ohio Revised Code 5705.41D and declaring an emergency. First reading.
It's been asked for taken by council on this resolution. Hearing none, be held for next regularly scheduled council meeting.
That concludes legislation for
All
this
right,
evening.
thank you, Ms. Courtwright. Any unfinished old business? Any new business? All right, entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move, we adjourn.
Mr. Ramos, thank you. We adjourn at
8:15.
8:15. Thank you.
Wasn't sure.